Hello and welcome back to League Racing TV for another race in EML, and we're off to Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. I'm your lead commentator LRE Storm, and I'm joined back in the commentary box by Lesty the Twig. And yeah, after a very wet and quite a lot of safety cars in Hungary, we managed to survive it, and we land here in Canada, the home of the Canadian Grand Prix, and I suspect it's going to be either a dry race or a wet race. But if it's wet, I hopefully guess there's going to be no more safety cars. But
Yeah, evening
go on.
everyone. Yeah, we had an interesting race last week, didn't we? And that had a bit of rain in it. I think tonight, if we get a bit of rain, I think Canada being hard on pad as it is,
Yeah.
we could see quite a hard race for some of these guys if we see some rain coming down.
Yeah, and I believe one of the teams, or a few teams, might have qualifying bans, as Mashiro, I believe that's how you pronounce it, has already retired. So I think that might be a qualifying ban from Rising Lying Sport. So obviously that's Honey Badger and Mashiro, the Dutch and the, I believe he's Japanese driver, obviously gonna play a little bit hard work and only have one driver out for qualifying. Who is the first one out? And it looks like it is BNLR Sanschwartz. I think I've said that right. If not, somebody's going to correct me somewhere along the line.
Sancho Wiz, I think.
Yeah,
Sancho Wiz.
as he is the first one out on a out lap at the moment in the Mercedes, and Mercedes not had the best of luck, obviously, here for EML. They've had some good racing in EML so far this season. They've had, I believe, all their races for all their drivers have finished in the top 10. So I don't know if you want to give us a rundown of the championship standings while we are waiting for the drivers to go on flying laps.
Of course I can. So, sitting at the top of the table currently is SXT with 81 points. Prospects got the win last week. Just Coconuts, they've jumped all the way up from 10th to P2. And we've got VER in second on 47 points, 1 point behind Prospects. Let's go for a quick lap with Sancho Wiz, shall we? It's come down to the first couple of corners. Barrage centre. And then we've got turns 3 and 4. Quick chicane, you've got to get that one right. You're either going over the grass or hitting into the wall. 6 and 7. Very close to a chicane as well before this DRS section on the back. 8 and 9. Quick one, got to judge that first curve right, otherwise you're going to be cutting through. And I think, yeah, it's actually just invalidated, so Sancho will have to go again.
Yeah, as I'm just trying to see, there's a Red Bull behind him. Is that Mike, or is that some... Oh no, that's a Williams. It's Seb, I think. It might be Seb. Yeah, it's Seb. So IRT Seb, he is... yeah, what a time to pick a name to be Seb at a race that was... Oh no, he's gone straight into the pits. I wonder if that's a qualifying plan. Who is next?
Bunty's coming down soon. Look to the final chicane. Stay out of that world champion. He's done very well there. And he is going to set the target lap for everyone, which is a 1:11.1.
Yeah, a very competitive time, as Harry B absolutely smashes that out of the pond and goes in with a 10.4. So going back through the years of the Canadian Grand Prix, we did have it not on the calendar for a few years because obviously of COVID, unfortunately taking a hit. But what was your kind of favourite memory from any of the Canadian Grand Prix?
I mean, I think most people have to have the
Yeah,
same one really. It's got to be the Jensen Button win, hasn't it?
yeah,
Really, where unfortunately for Vettel back then, I think it was Vettel. Was it Vettel? Am I right in saying that?
yeah. I think it was. It might
I
have been.
think Vettel lost it on the final lap, didn't he? Which poor Vettel, obviously. But it was brilliant race in the wet. Button, absolute masterclass, and came out with the victory. What a race that was! What about you, Snow?
Yeah, I think I'd probably go for the same. I think Vettel's not had the best of luck in Canada because I think if you go also back to when we had the Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel moment where Vettel got the 5-second penalty. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that penalty should have been given, but I'm not the FIA, and obviously they have better on boards than everybody else does. But yeah, I think that one as well, and obviously the one you mentioned. I must admit, though, a good wet race at Canada's never short of being just fantastic. I think. I know, people don't like the rain and whatever, but there's just some tracks that it's just fantastic for racing.
Yeah, it is. I think it just does. It just
Yeah,
does a really good job in the wet. I think this year, didn't we have? I think we had wet qualifying, didn't we? And I think Alonso was up on the
yeah,
front row or
exactly. It
something.
throws.
So
Yeah, it does
it just
definitely throw
is.
a lot
It
into the
just brings
mix.
drama, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's what we want in F1. Oh, as Damon has had a spin, as I believe Honey Badger. No, I'm not a Honey Badger. I don't know why that's showing Damon as an Aston Martin when he's in a McLaren. Um, Honey Badger is coming through. Obviously, the sole driver to qualify this evening for Rising Line Sport, the Dutch team, which is yeah, they're coming up. They're new and up and coming. Obviously, filled with a lot of experienced league racers as well. Just going obviously on the stewards last week. For the people that were expecting to maybe see Recon here this week, he is obviously unfortunately suspended due to the internet issue that we had in Hungary. If anyone remembers the unfortunate issue that Slinky had in that race, but yeah, he has been suspended. He can return once he's got an internet connection that is stable, and hopefully we can see him back on the track very soon. But yeah, 3 drivers already retired. Where's that? Retired from qualifying, and yeah, what's your kind of strategy and setup you'd kind of go for with such a technical track that is Canada?
Stable one.
Yeah,
That's all I can say really. Yeah, for pad users, this one's just
yeah.
keep
Well, I'm a
trying
pad
to keep
one,
those
so
penalties down. Yeah, it's just a difficult one on this game this year. Javier's actually about to come over the line. Let's see what time he does quickly. He goes top 10.3. But yeah, it's a tough one. Obviously, you want the high speed for the straights, but got a lot of fast sort of chicanes and quick turns as well. So it's hard. It's hard to know what sort of setup. You've got to get a good mix of the two, and it's quite hard to find that here.
yeah. And I've just noticed TTG are missing from the lobby because Carlsbury needs an invite. I don't know if I can invite. I don't even know his PSN. Oh yeah, I can. 2 secs, I'll just invite him. Yeah, and just wondering, do you know Carlsbury's PSN? Because I think it's just I don't want to be inviting anybody, so I think I'll just have to find what it is. But if you can find it and just invite him, yeah, I've just realised we've got 3 cars missing. Um, I know TTG are missing, which would be Carlsbury. Um, so yeah, I don't know who else is missing.
Hmm.
And the game decides to come up saying it's the connection's not good enough when it is. Who else is on a lap? Let's go to the midfield. We'll go on the Jet 2717 in the Haas. I must say the Haas does look better without all the stuff that was on it before. You know, the nice red and white. And as McLaren goes through, that must be Bunty. It is, as he comes around the hairpin.
Bunty and Damon representing CPI tonight. Fortunately, this isn't going to be a valid lap for Bunty, so whether he'll continue or not, he is going to continue, so he's going to give those tyres another go. Got plenty of time to get another lap in and also get back out for a new set. Damon is coming across the line now, going to improve on that 119. Goes to P11 for 112.5. Anyone else coming across the line?
Yeah, so just working this out, 3 drivers that are missing is 1 Ferrari, which is Valor Esports, and the 2 TTG guys. So, yeah, that's going to be points lost for them, because I think it's 5-point deductions, I think, with drivers no-show. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Just got on board with Seb, or have you seen something?
No, so you've got Harry. Harry's here for TTG.
Oh, okay.
I believe we're missing a prospects driver.
Alright, okay.
So it's TTG, prospects, and Valor who are all missing a second driver.
Yeah, as we'll just run on board with Seb. He gets himself up into P11. Obviously, these are banker laps. I'm not expecting any fast laps unless you're Steph and Harry up there setting the early laps. I think with them two, I don't know if it's for yourself as well, get the early laps in first, because then they can kind of save the tyre life, especially of the softs or any medium. Well, they'll probably use the mediums and the hards in the races, because that is kind of the norm now of league racing. We don't really see the softs in league racing much unless it's qualifying.
Yeah, not really. It's now sort of allowed the drivers obviously can start on whatever tyre they want now. It's allowed them to then go for the optimal strategy, which is trying to go. Sancho Wiz has got it all wrong. Out of the Wolves champions, had a little tap on the wall, went for a little spin, wing damage, but he's okay. He's going to be able to carry on and get back to the pits.
Yeah, as he is going to have to go around again. Yeah, not many people beating the two 1 minute 9s from Steph and Harry B from SXT and I've forgotten TTG. But yeah, Ver also coming in strong again with Chris, Honey Badger up there, SXT Javier up there as well. I won't be surprised if these lap times do get a little bit more quicker as the track evolution, as the Alpine of the SXT driver just nearly hit into a ghosted McLaren as they all make their way back to the pits for the final run. So yeah, just hoping that it's not a wet race, but with these times I just wonder if it is a wet race.
Yeah, potentially if it is a wet race, could see Sorry, it sounded like Roy Hodgson then, wet wave. Yeah, if it
I
is a
told
wet
you to leave
race,
football out.
I know, we're not talking football, definitely not. Yeah, if it is a wet race, then obviously the drivers that have a wet setup saved will definitely have that applied. I'm not sure. It would be nice not to see rain as Steph comes into the pits. Damon's the only one currently out on track.
And it just, you know, I think it gives you a kind of sense of that it might be start dry going into wet, because obviously Steph and Harry coming in with even very quick laps, and if they're setting them times, you know, you kind of look at maybe a dry start, and everything. So, yeah, as trying to not read the chat because just find out the football score, and I think we both can agree it would be not a great day. But yeah, no, as Damon is, or Damien, should I say, is out on a lap at the moment, but I think he's not up on his time. Is he going to try and give his teammate Slipstream? Oh no, he won't, because Bunty is not on a flying lap. As drivers are getting ready for the flying laps. Well, it will be their last ones. Yeah, we now will fight out now for that pole position. Who's that coming around that final corner? That's a Red Bull. And that is Seb. So Seb is on a lap. Will go on board with the Red Bull driver. Max Verstappen took an absolute fantastic race win. I think, did he take pole here? I can't remember. It's been a few weeks now. But I know he had a fantastic race. Perez didn't. Perez had to go through a lot of pain that race. But hopefully Seb and Renz can correct that and put the Red Bulls up on the top. Just trying to see who is going to cross the line first. I think it might be Seb.
I think it's Damon. I think Damon's first.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to improve though.
Yeah, I don't think, even if he does improve, I'm not sure if he's going to be moving up any places here. It's going to be a big improvement from him. He comes up to the line, doesn't improve. See?
So Seb has gone up one place. He's gone just behind his teammate. So anybody else, I think. Oh, as Javier goes up into P2 and Verchris goes up into P4. So that's interesting. They'll looking at a front row Alpine. Anybody else? Everybody is on a lap. Yeah.
Honeybudger's starting his final lap. Dennis, not recording a lap there. Who's coming up to the final turn? Who is that? Is that Mike? It is Mike. What can Mike do? Up to P12.
Yeah, as everybody is now on a lap, so, well, the ones that are remaining, should go back on board with Honey Badger, because he's the one out of the top 6 that really could kind of do something here, because he had everyone set a lap before him. So as that Verjet has retired, so he can't do anymore. He's going to be in P8, 10.9 on the board for him as Honey Badger comes round the hairpin. Seb has retired, so it's now going to be up to Honey Badger and the rest to see where they're going to qualify, as Honey Badger is going to come down the back straight as Harry B goes with a 9.8 and just 1,000. Oh, as Honey Badger has gone and invalidated and gone for an absolute spin. He will start P6 as Bunty retires. So I don't think Javier, no, he's not going to do any more. So it's just Renz, and I think, yeah, he's invalidated. So Harry B is your pole sitter for round number 3 here in Montreal, Canada.
Yeah, Harry's ruined the 1-2 for SXT there, so it was looking good for them, but they're going to have a job to do. But being second and third, I think for them, they can have a bit of teamwork, try and work on beating Harry, or both of them beating Harry, but it's not going to be easy for them. Hello, everyone in the chat, by the way. We haven't even said anything. Hello, Simon Anderson. Hello, Glowstick, who's in the race. Thank you for all your comments. As always, please do like the stream. Give us as many comments as you can, some predictions. We like to read these things. And don't forget to subscribe to the League Racing TV channel.
Yeah, as Leslie does the weekly promotions there. Should work in advertising. Harry takes the pole position here in Premier 2 with SXT Steph and SXT Javier behind him. The two Alpines looking strong again with I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name as the timer has gone. So we'll read it through at the end, but I don't think there's a formation lap. So we're going to get straight into the action. And hopefully, there is going to be no rain, because as much as we like it, we want a clean race. And has the gods opened with the rain, or are we going to get sunshine? And that is looking very cloudy. A cloudy with a chance of rain, maybe.
Yeah, it's looking very overcast. Very overcast.
Yeah. So I think in this sense, I think we'd probably see drivers may go for a hard option. I'm just looking in Seb's garage now. I can see the mediums. Glowstick has gone for the potentially the mediums. So yeah, I think we might see being overcast if it is going to go to rain. Can the hards cope with little bits of rain on the track just for the first few laps while it does come down? Maybe. I know the mediums won't, because they'll just make the car feel like a boat, probably. As we're just waiting, I think. Yep. So 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights for EML Premier 2, round number 3 here in Montreal, Canada, and we're lights out and away we go. As I quickly scramble to get all the graphics up, and it is Steph who gets the lead on the race start. And it is going to be a battle as Honey Badger gone for a very alternate strategy and gone for the softs as they all make their way through turns 1, 2 and 3, coming to the end of the first sector already. And it's looking like everybody except from 3 drivers gone for the hard compound tyre. Lawson for the mediums, Sanj was, or whatever, I can't remember what it is. On the mediums, as Honey Badger has gone for a spin, and he is all the way back of the grid, and I don't think them softs are now going to do him any good, because he was probably going to try and do it for track position. That's my indication that there's rain coming early on. The 2 Hasses at the back of the grid. As we go back up to the front, Glowstick and Damien are battling as they come through what would be the second DRS zone, and Damien is all over the back of that Ferrari, and if you're a Ferrari fan, you might want to look away now as they all go through the wall of champions.
Yeah, Glowstick concedes there. I think that was a smart thing to do this early in the race. You don't need to be taking that risk going side by side there.
No, as Mishiro
already out.
might be sound glitch. That's the only thing I can think. But that might be. As we go back up to the front, SXT Steph leads by 1.2, and we saw this last week. When he gets in front, he leads quite comfortably, and will he do it again this evening? Maybe, maybe not, but we'll have to see as we are on lap 2, and DRS will be inactivated, activated should I say, at the end of this lap. I think getting the DRS around this track is quite interesting because of where it is. So it'll be interesting to see where drivers do pull the trigger to make overtakes. most likely down the back straight, as Steph is now 1.4. Oh, as Damon has had a moment.
Yeah, that McLaren car doesn't look very stable. It didn't look stable in qualifying. And that looks like it's going to continue into the race, unfortunately for Damon. As Sancho Williams gets past Harry up into P2 for the BNLR driver. It's always a mouthful, their team name. Sorry, I'm not being rude.
As Glowstick has dropped to the back of the grid, I think turn 1 he had an incident, but Steph's still leading. And I just wonder, is he trying to build a gap on the hards, just you know, in case there is any safety cars or any rain, because a good gap would then put him in a position where if he did pit, he could come back out in a net race P1. The two IRT drivers doing quite well. Renz is right on the back of Bunty. He's not going to go for a move here as they make their way up to the hairpin, and this will be now crucial where they get the DRS. And them clouds are coming in ever so quickly. It is getting really overcast and dark here in Canada. And is he going to get the move done? Renz, I don't think it's close enough, but he is pulling his teammate along for that P7 and P8. It'll be a lot of points for him.
Yeah, they're looking pretty strong so far. They can work together. Renz can have a go at Bunty, and then if Renz isn't making the move, maybe let Seed through and give him a chance to have a go. So
yeah,
they can work together here.
I think with Seb though, he's got to be careful because Verjet is right behind. So if they were to pull the team orders, I think both of them would have to pull a gap on Jet, obviously, of course. But we'll go back up to the battle for maybe P3. Javier is on the back of Harry, but not close enough, as Harry is just trailing a little bit. 1.1. Oh, what's happened there? There's a McLaren. As Damon and Glowstick having a bit of a battle. I just wonder, has Damon got rear wing damage or a very unstable setup? But Honey Badger making his way back up into P12. He's doing well. And I've just noticed the medium's not really worked. As the first penalty of the day goes to Lawson for track warning. This is like Austria, isn't it, with track warnings? We're going to see quite a few drivers, I think, with the penalties. So we'll go back up to the front, and we'll hand you over to Leslie to see if there's any more action on the track.
Yeah, we can see the top four are sort of pulling away. I mean, VAR, Chris and Tiff has pulled away, but he's started to lose the DRS on the top four now, so he needs to get back in that if he wants to stay with them, otherwise he's going to have a bit of a lonely race there in P5. And there we have it, the IRT drivers have actually switched positions. They've kept Jet behind while doing so as well, so Renz has allowed Seed through. Seed is going to start making progress on getting that gap down to Bunty, but that's gone up to 1.7, and I'm sure it was only about half a second before with Renz, so a bit of work to do, but the gaps are starting to build throughout the field. And we're slightly limited on the action. I think trains starting to form here behind Seed, so maybe this is where the next bit of action is going to be coming up.
Yeah, and if you're saying it might be a little bit on the overtaking as at the moment. Oh, what's happened there? That's Jet, isn't it?
So Jet spun round, and his teammate Chris has crashed out.
And that's a safety car.
And that is a safety car.
The curse of the safety car has returned.
Wow, what a couple of unfortunate moments of VAR. One driver's out, one has lost a few places. That is not a good moment in this race or in this season of EML for VAR.
Yeah, they struggled last week. They did pull it back, but Yeah, I just wonder, will Honey Badger switch tyres and go for a set of hards? Because he's P10 now. He's going to lose, well, not lose, but he's only going to lose half of a pit stop time. It wouldn't be a bad idea, but obviously we don't know the weather. Yeah, I feel for the medium runners as well. I'm surprised. I mean, actually, let's go on board with Honey Badger. Let's see if he does pit. So a few. Oh, I've just seen that. Yeah, I've just seen Dennis. Dennis the Menace, eh? that rings a bell. Honey Badger does.
I'm not really sure what happened there, really.
Seb gone for the softs. That's interesting. So Honey Badger's gone for the mediums. I wonder if Seb has picked the wrong tyres.
Maybe, unless he knows something about a certain bit of weather that we're going. But then why would so many drivers be on the hard tyre unless they've all played it safe to make sure they get to the rain?
Yeah.
If rain is coming.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the way you could probably look at it. If anyone in the chat that is racing could just let us know maybe what the weather is, so we can prepare and plan for what we're going to be looking at. As I'm just, I don't know if you've got Premiere 1 up at all. I'm just trying to see if we can grab it, just to see how those guys are doing.
Yeah, still, let's just forget about football. Football's not a sport. You don't want to know, honestly.
Alright, why is that?
No, let's just focus on this.
Yeah, I think I've just seen it. Yeah, no, I was trying to find James.
When you have F1.
Yeah, no, I was trying to find James's stream. From obviously see what they were on.
Oh, we've got a couple more people in the pits. Mike has gone in, put on a set of softs.
Yeah.
Rusty Larson's gone in and put on a used set of mediums. I'm pretty sure he's just put on the set that he took off.
Yeah, I've just tuned in to Premiere 1 and they're all on intermediates.
Ooh.
So if you do want to go and check Premiere 1 while you're watching this one as well, then it is on League Racing TV as well. And don't forget, TML is back tomorrow with James, with taking you through TML F1, the cream of the crop in TML. And then I'm back on my own, I think, tomorrow, as Stumpy isn't here for F2. Then we've got Ivan on F3 on a Friday with a lonely, unfortunate, I think, Funky Chicken, as Neymar is off to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. So, yeah, while we're actually talking about Italian Grand Prix, Ferrari's new livery. I'm going to ask what your thoughts are. Please keep it PG.
To be honest, I am actually one of the few that actually quite like it. And I quite like the yellow race suits and the black and yellow race. I quite like it. I'm a little bit of a fan of it. I know I'm in the minority.
Well, it is actually coming to the F1 game on September the 12th. So maybe next week we might see the two Ferraris use that livery. But I don't know, is that going to be in multiplayer or is that just career mode and my team? I wouldn't be surprised. I
think I remember, if I'm correct, because the Red Bulls done their little livery thing, didn't they, with Honda?
Yeah.
And I think that was in multiplayer for a while, and then they changed it back to the normal. But then I think you could use the livery elsewhere if you wanted to.
Yeah.
After that.
I think it would be nice.
But hopefully they do that.
Yeah, I know people. Yeah, I know people were saying, "Oh, McLaren never put theirs in." But you have to understand, though, it's a license thing. You know, F1, yeah, okay, they own, you know, the pictures and stuff like that. But if McLaren say no, we don't want it in there. We want the official livery we've done. Then there's nothing really Cody's can. Oh yeah, and with that livery next week, we get the Chinese Grand Prix. Yay! Not. Yeah, we get the Chinese track. I don't know why that's in, but yeah, as we are on lap number 9 and that safety car is in, hopefully, fingers crossed, that is the only safety car I'm going to see this evening. Because after last week, I think me and you probably had nightmares about safety cars, as Steph is going to be doing the restart, and hopefully no one tries and does a Max Verstappen style safety car restart. Mercedes might just want to back off a little bit, give Steph some room, and as we're going to get going racing very shortly, I wouldn't be surprised if Steph waits until after, yep, I think he's gone, and he's gone out of the Wall of Champions, and we are back on the racing. Anyone at the back of the grid had any incidents so far?
No instance, but Bunty's got a very good restart. He's right on the back of Javier here. Not sure he's going to be able to make a pass, but Bunty will be happy with that restart for sure.
Yeah, and as you say that, I think Renz is having a look at Bunty, so we might have a three-way fight here for P5 on the safety car restart, as Honey Badger has picked up a track limit warning penalty, and yeah, safety car restart actually good, so good, well done to the drivers for making it clean. But yeah, I think either we've got two options, or two scenarios here. The softs are because rain is coming. Oh, as Renz cuts across the curb quite significantly, Glowstick has gone for a spin. We'll go back up to Renz just for a second, as he is going to have to battle with the other Mercedes, and they might not be DRS, but that Mercedes is looking very strong and very powerful.
Oh,
that
was a squeeze.
Yeah. Keep it clean, lads. Keep it clean.
That one.
Yeah.
Always leave the space.
You always have to leave the space.
Here he goes. Dennis going up the inside. He's going to make the move this time. Renz, is he going to try and defend it? He did have a try, but the Mercedes was already ahead of that front wing. So that is Dennis up into P6.
Yeah, as Drophus, I think that's right behind. If these two want to keep battling, he may fancy a chance, and yeah, Renz is just getting. Oh, as Drophus, I think.
Oh, he's been hit. He's been hit by Seaby's round. Yeah, Drofter's there following Renz, just went deep on the brakes, got himself all out of shape, and that caused the haps of Jet and Seeb to be attacking his rear, and I think he just got an unfortunate tap and sent him round.
Yeah, as they all come up to the hairpin. Oh, that's a fantastic move out of the corner by Honey Badger. Can he keep the position? He does keep the position, but Damon is going to come back at him, I think. Maybe not. And yeah, just at that hairpin, I think Honey Badger just had the better pace and the better traction because of the tyres. So the sun is trying to peep out here out of the clouds, but I just wonder, is that rain still coming? Nobody in the chat has let us know, and Honey Badger making up some serious positions here.
Yeah, he's looking good on those medium tyres. That's like a couple of positions within a couple of corners there, so he's looking good after that first initial spin at the start. He's looking like he's got some pace in that Aston Martin car as he sets his sights on Renz next, who has definitely struggled, I think, after this safety car restart.
Yeah, I think it might just have, been that knock-on effect, really. As you can see, a lot of the drivers taking that orange curb on the corner there, and I just hope none of them take it that much that they end up in a wall, as we've seen a few incidents. And yeah, Honey Badger making moves. He's going to get the DRS on Renz, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is a move that might be coming out of the Wall of Champions, because he's not close enough as they go through the Wall of Champions. I'm trying to think, who has crashed before into the Wall of Champions? I believe, didn't Michael Schumacher put it in there? Or was it? No, it's Vettel, wasn't it? I think one of them.
Yeah, Vettel,
I think.
Vettel,
yeah. Obviously, Kevin Magnussen had the incident, if you remember, at that final corner. Yeah. So that wall has claimed its victims of the racing world, and yeah, hopefully it doesn't claim anyone virtually this evening, as they all are doing their laps at the moment. And yeah, Honey Badger not able to close the gap up, but he is getting ever so close. And I think that next DRS zone. Oh, as Renz has gone for a spin, and that's just given Honey Badger. He didn't even need DRS. He's been given a free position, the Dutchman. And yeah, he will be on his way to BNLRE Dennis. Yeah, I know what you mean now by that long name. So yeah, he'll be on his way. The other BNLR driver, 12 laps on the mediums. And he is closing up the gap to SXT Steph.
Yeah, he's sticking with him on those medium tyres. I just realised that Steve is at the back now. I don't know whether he pitted or something.
He did pit.
The IRT have gone from looking fairly solid in this one to now struggling. Plenty of time for them to recover. You never know, safety car always possible. So if they can keep going in CPI, if they can keep going, you never know what could happen. So keep going, IRT lads. But yeah, Sancho was sticking with Steph quite well on those medium tyres. So it's not been made as easy as it was before the safety car for Steph. So, but he seems to be. They seems to be evenly matched so far. I don't think Sancho Woods has had an opportunity at taking first place off the SX2 driver yet.
Yeah, as I think Steph might just be might be overtaken very soon, because those mediums, even though they're 14 laps, he is able to keep up. May just be looking for an overtake, as Honey Badger is still plodding away. He's now looking for P6, and he is within a DRS range. So maybe a last to first challenge is coming for the Honey Badger. Not the Australian Honey Badger, the Dutch Honey Badger. That's going to be his nickname now.
Yeah, he's looking good, and he's within just about within DRS of Dennis. But if he gets this Mercedes driver, he has then got over 5 second gap to Bunty. So the top 5 have really pulled away from the rest of the fields here. C picks up a penalty as well at the back. Makes life a bit more difficult for the RT boys.
Yeah, I've been mic'd on the softs. I've only just noticed. Yeah, Honey Badger going for another move, and it looks like he's picking his point. Yeah, he's gone for that. That's an absolute send, and that is Honey Badger up to P6. Is Dennis going to come back? Because I don't think Dennis. Oh, what's happened at the back? That is. Who's that had a smash with a wing?
Oh, that's
yeah, I was going to say.
I didn't see that. Has he got big damage? Let's have a look. Can we see anything on this AlphaTauri? Oh, he's got no wing at all. No wing at all on that AlphaTauri, so that is a pit job. The only prospect racing driver here today.
Yeah, and that is that a V? Yeah, it's a VSC. That's a yeah, it's a VSC. I've only just noticed. I was trying to debate if that was a safety car or a VSC. And I wonder if Mike might pit and reduce the time he's spent in the pits for a set of mediums.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Steph is in. Steph is in.
Steph is in, yeah. Not surprised, taking full advantage. All we have here, that's a cheap penalty to give away 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. As VSC goes, just as Mike gets towards the pit entry, so he's not going in, but others have. And where's Steph going to come out? Our next race leader is going to come out actually just ahead of Mike and behind the CPI driver of Damon.
Yeah, and we are back under racing here in Premier 2 for EML round 3, and yeah, Lawson on for the softs. That's going to be a bit of a challenge for him as we are on lap 17. I just wonder, us talking about rain that much, I don't think it's actually going to come, to be honest, because it would have to come, I think, in the next 3 or 4 laps to really then get the drivers to change to the intermediates.
Yeah, I think we both sort of thought there's always the chance here at Canada, but it looks like whatever rain is going to hold off. So it's interesting, I'm sort of weighing up the options as I'm watching Sancho Wiz breeze past Mike on those fresh hard tyres. I'm sort of weighing up the strategy here, because obviously you got Steph on medium tyres. Are those medium tyres going to make it for about 20 laps? I'm not sure. But Sancho Wiz on the hard tyre, I'm pretty certain he can make those go to the end. So Steph might be in a bit of a pickle, might be wanting a VSC or ideally a safety car at some point. The strategy might not be as good as the BNLR driver of Sancho is.
Yeah, as I think Renz and Lawson are having a bit of a battle at the back as Dennis picks up a penalty. So the penalties are now full out in swing as Renz now picks up a penalty, and is that 2 for Renz for penalties? As Steph is trying to get past Dennis, and they're having a bit of a battle. Steph just, I think, tapped the rear of Dennis. Oh, keep it clean, lads. Don't want to be squeezing somebody into the wall. Steph has got in position, but takes a penalty as well with it. And yeah, it is Steph up to P3.
That is not going to help him either. About 3-second penalty, so it's going to be interesting to see now what happens, because you can't get rid of that if there is a safety car, so he's going to have to pull 3 seconds on whoever's behind him.
Yeah.
Sorry, apologies if you can hear a cat, by the way. He's not our third commentator, that is my cat being an absolute pain.
We'll have to think of a name.
As Harry's making his way through on those fresh tyres up into P6 ahead of Damon. Steph, I think, just got past Jet,
yeah,
so
he did,
nearly
yeah.
back to first place. And I'm pretty sure this will be smooth move on Honey Badger. He's going to be able to do it before the wall of champion chicane. He's going to look to go for it. This is... oh, that might have been an extra warning there for Steph. But he's got the move done.
Yeah, as Steph is the race leader. Oh, Honey Badger, I think, might have had a moment. No, he hasn't. He's battling with Verjet. And, we don't want a Hamilton and Vettel moment, as we nearly did as they come to the end of Sector 1. Oh, yellow flags in Sector 1. That is a McLaren. That is Damon.
Oh, Damon, that setup's just not worked. He's still going though. Plenty of chances of points as Jet and Honey Badger swap places again. These two are racing. These two are on pretty similar strategies, so no wonder they're going hard at it. And Sancho is behind him. Needs to be careful that he doesn't get caught up in this. But he wants to get past these two drivers because it's holding him up.
Yeah, it is. And look at that train behind Honey Badger. That's just how close this tier is, as one of the Hasses has just darted into the pits, which is Verjet's. Oh, somebody. Is that Seb or is that Renz?
Renz. It's not looking pretty for IRT. They really do need a safety car. quick. So keep going though, lads. You never know what can happen. Sancho is losing a lot of time to Steph, being stuck behind Honey Badger here. He's not going to get round the Aston Martin driver here either. He's being made to wait. He's now 5 seconds behind Steph. This is throwing a right spanner in the works of the Mercedes driver.
Yeah, and this is a very dominant race from the two BNLRE guys. They've actually, you know, done pretty well this race in P5 and P3, but at the moment Sanchez is looking for, as I say that, I was about to say he was going to look for a race win, as what's happened, he just nearly tapped his car into Harry there, little bit naughty there. I was just about to say he could be net race leader, but he went and did the commentator's cuss and got a penalty.
Yeah, so he's dropped back even further, so it's not looking good for Sancho is now. It's giving him a lot of work to do if he wants to take a race win here today. He's running out of time, so he needs to get past these ASAP. And Harry's on the exact same strategy as him, so he's now in the battle as well. And pit stops going on, I believe. I think Trofters has just come out. Trofters just come out, just ahead of Glowstick. And into P12 as Renz has retired in the pit lane, is that? I think it is.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That is a shame to see. Look at this train. Look at this train forming behind Honey Badger, but it's not going to be behind Honey Badger for long, or is it? He's defending down into the second turn. Harry's on the attack, on the fresher tyres. It was inevitable, really. Harry has got past. Honey Badger has done very well, though, shown some really good pace on those 16-lap old mediums. He's having a real good recovery race here, but he's going to have to go into the pits at some point. Those mediums ain't making it to the end.
No, I don't think he will be. Has Honey Badger just caused himself a penalty?
Yes.
Because he went completely and missed the corner. Let's actually just take a look at the penalties. So Steph has 3, Honey Badger has 6, Sanchez Watts has 3, Javier has 5, Jets has 3, and Seb has, so that's a double retirement for IRT, and Jets is also on 3, Dennis on 3, Ivor bin Mike on 3, Lawson on 6, Damon is on 9, and Droffus is on 3, and Glowstick is on 3. As that battle for P3 is looking very tasty.
It is indeed, and the one person, this is the thing about Canada, if you manage to stay out of any penalties, you can really benefit from it. And look at Bunty right now, he'll be moving up into that P3 spot as long as he can keep clean for the rest of this race. So it's worthwhile. You might be losing some pace, keeping it within the track limits, but at the end of the race you can really benefit from it.
Yeah, and they all I think Sanchez Watt is going to make a move, or Wiz should say, is going to have a look.
Oh, it's a dive.
I think, is Honey Badger going to get the switch back? I think he might. Who's going to get the DRS? One of them. It's not Honey Badger. And I think he, the BNLRE driver got no ERS. He's got literally the DRS to help him there. Oh, as that is Javier out.
Oh.
And that is going to be a safety car.
Oh, it's a safety car. It's going to bunch it all up.
Yeah, and it'll be everyone on softs because it's 10 laps to go.
Oh, Steph will not be happy with his teammate there. His teammate has caused him to lose his 8-second gap lead. And the car behind him, Harry, doesn't have a penalty, so Steph is going to have to do a safety car restart, avoid being overtaken, and also gain 3 seconds on Harry to win this race. He was so close to getting the race win last week in Hungary, didn't get that penalty removed. Is another penalty going to come back to haunt Steph here?
It might do. They're all going to go on for a set of soft compound tyre. Honey Badger gets a drive-through. That is from bad to nightmare.
There you go then, all coming in.
So the safety car is out, and yeah, it's now going to be around about 9 or 8 laps of yeah, just pure quali lap racing, I think. Well, yeah, CPI, Bunty and Harry are the only drivers left without a penalty, so they could potentially be a net P1 and P2. That's how crazy this race has been.
It pays off, like I said, it pays off staying away from those track limits. Steph and Sancho is a real disadvantage. Now, they've got, I'd say they have enough time left in this race to be able to bridge a gap, but it's not an easy task. You've got to be so much faster than the rest. They're going to have to be, they're going to get racing with about 8 laps left, I think. So they're going to have to be getting about, my maths is quick enough to work out, it's going to have to be about 4 tenths a lap, near enough on the other drivers.
I would say Mystic Twig, but you're doing maths. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people play this restart.
Yeah, where's Steph gonna go? Is he gonna go?
Well, Droffers is back in the pits. Oh no, maybe not.
When are we gonna get restarted? Is it gonna be?
I don't think it'll be this lap.
Not sure. And that's not good news for Steph and Sancho, as they want to be getting going as soon as possible. The less laps they have, the less time they have. And I think you're pretty much right here. It's not going to be coming in. They're going to have about 7 laps to try and build a big enough gap to stay ahead of the guys of Harry and Bunty that don't have penalties. It's going to be an intriguing end to this race still.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Especially everybody on the softs, everyone is going to have an equal playing field, and they're all going to be on the same lap, Badger, all going to be within the 1 second. So they're all going to get eventually a DRS chance somewhere. It's just going to be, when do you pick your moment? When do you, you know, you might as well say in the boxing world, when do you throw that punch to kind of get that overtake? Because it's not an easy track, and some parts of the track, the walls are quite close, as you see down the back straight.
Yeah, it's not easy at all overtaking rounds here, especially without the DRS. So it's going to be a challenge for Sancho Wiz, definitely. I think Sancho Wiz is the safety car has come in this lap. I think Sancho Wiz was struggling on fresher tyres than Honey Badger to get past him. He just couldn't get past him. Harry, it didn't take him long to get past Honey Badger, but Sancho Wiz really had a hard time trying to get past that Aston Martin on older tyres. Here we are then. Steph, everyone pumping the heat, the temps into the tyres. When is the driver in that Alpine car going to go? Is he going to go at the same spot? Is he going to go later? Looks like he's going at the exact same spot. And he's got a very, very good launch there. He's done himself well. Everyone's done pretty well. Dennis going to look for a move on Jets, decides against it and actually cuts the first corner. And he gets an extra penalty. That's not going to help him. We're all bunched up again, but Steph, look, he's already trying to build that gap.
Yep, as Glowstick picks up another penalty, and you might as well call it penalty central here, as Honey Badger, oh, as CPI Bunty had a moment. He hasn't, he's just getting overtaken quite a bit, and yeah, he is going to have to battle, but he will gain positions back because he has no penalties. As Bunty goes wide, and Dennis tries to slips one up the inside there, but doesn't get the move done. And yeah, we're all back under racing again, as no one really making any moves at the moment.
No, it's tightest place at the moment. It's the back three or the back four. Very close together, these four at the back.
Yep.
And we've got a close four in the middle of Dennis, Bunty, Jet, Honey Badger.
Yeah, that back four, well, not back four, this is in football terms. The four at the back kind of pushing along because they do have penalties, and they want to kind of make the gap as possible. But Harry is not really doing what he kind of wants to do at the moment, because he hasn't got the DRS, but he has got a lot of ERS. And yeah, Steph is 2.7. We'll just have a quick double check of the penalties. Honey Badger has to serve a drive-through. If not, do you know what the penalty is if you don't? I think, isn't it like 20 seconds or something? Or is it a DSQ?
I thought it was a DSQ. He is coming in now anyway, so he's definitely not going to get any sort of penalty. But that's gonna ruin his race. And I don't think we'll be seeing him finish higher than 12, barring any sort of instance or something happens. Damon looks for a move on Larson. Lassie Larson into turn one, doesn't make a stick. Lassie Larson spins round though, he loses the back end, collects Damon a little bit, and that allows Glowstick up into P8. A bit of drama towards the back end there.
Yeah, as it is coming to the end, 4 laps left. And it looks like Harry is going to take a race win for CCG. And even though TTG will get a points deduction for obviously Carlsby not being able to race, you know, kind of getting first place won't really take much of a deficit out of that points haul that they're going to get.
there goes Bunty. Bunty making a move on Jet. I think Jet actually just moved out of the way, really.
I think it might have been because he knew he had penalties.
Yeah,
he knew it
makes
wasn't
sense.
his fight.
Yeah.
Whereas his fight is behind because Dennis has penalties as well.
Glowstick is now making a move on Mike into turn 1. Nice move up the inside. Glowstick up to P7. Yeah, Harry's right on the cusp now. This is getting really, really tight. And there we go, it's just over 3 seconds. So currently Steph is going to be getting the race win, but it's so tight. It's so tight. We're going to have to keep a close eye on that gap.
Yeah, as Steph has 3-second penalty, and Honey Badger came back out in P11 as he gets overtaken, and that is Honey Badger with an incident with Lawson there. As we get ready for lap number 33, is it? Yep, lap number 33. And that gap is now down to 2.7, 2.8. And Harry is going to have to do some scenario 7, I think, here, as he might not be in the McLaren, but he is in the Alfa Romeo, as we gear up for what will be a frantic finale here in Canada. And is it going to be Harry? Is it going to be Steph? We will find out very shortly, as I think Harry is now going to be pushing quite a bit.
Yeah, it's so tight. You know what? I think Harry's got more of a straight line speed setup. Steph has gone for a setup that's quicker in the corners. Because during... Oh, there's a yellow flag. Who's that? That's Dennis. Round dropping positions down into P8, unfortunate for him. But yeah, as you can see in this back sort of sector 2, sector 1, Steph is making up the time. And then when it comes to the straights, as you can see now, he's just gained a few tenths on Steph there, so it's who can smash the parts of the track that they've set their car up for the best, really.
Yeah, as Harry came out the Wall of Champions there, got a little bit squirrely coming out of the exit of the corner there. Might have just had a little bit of understeer. They're all on 8-lap tyres except from Glowstick and Jet. Jet is on 9. This will be interesting. Can Glowstick make the 3.6 gap up to Jet? Because somebody, I think one of them has 9 seconds. Damon has 12 seconds. So that'd be interesting. Either been Mike might move up to P6 because Glowstick has 6 seconds and so does Jet. So that'll be an interesting who finishes P5 as we come on to what will be the final lap here in EML Premier 2 for round number 3. And Steph is going to take that last lap, and it is still 2.7 as Lawson and Damon. I think they've had another incident, I think Damon with the ball, as yeah, that was really close from Harry. So one final lap here in Canada, and it's all going to come down to who wants it more. Does Harry want it more? Does Steph want it more? There needs to be a 3-second gap, and that's all Steph needs. And the problem I think Steph has got, he's got hardly no ERS. What has Harry got? Harry's got around about 15%. So if he charges it up through the corners, he might just keep it. But it is over 3 seconds, back under 3. It's nail-biting stuff here in Canada. Can Harry do it? It's going to be very marginal, I think, as Damon is into the pits.
It's going to be really, really tight. I think, obviously, we've said before, looks like Harry's got a more straight line speed car. As we're coming up to the last couple of turns, I do think he's going to gain this time. It's coming down. Dorm, I'll hand it over to you for the finish.
Yeah, as Steph is... Oh, I think Steph got a final penalty. He has. So Harry is going to take the win. Steph will finish with 6 penalties, 6 seconds of penalties. That must be such a gut wrench to Steph, who done an absolute fantastic race. So it's Harry that will take P1 off the track, with Steph in P2, Sanchez, Wiz in P3, Bunty will take P4, Jets in P5, Bowstick in P6, Ivory Mike will finish in P7, Joffus in P8. Good day for the Welsh lads from ESW. Dennis will finish in P9, Lassie Lawson will finish in P10, and outside the top 10 is going to be Honey Badger and then Damon. Your DNFs are SXT, Javier, the IRT duo of Seb and Renz, Ver, Chris 63 and Mashiro JT. Very interesting race. Not so many safety cars, but it is a Alfa Romeo TTG Esports race win, and that will be until the stewards' investigations have been concluded. But that is Canada done, and on to the next one.
Yeah, that was a tense one. I'm sure a lot of battling. There was a fair few mistakes. I know a lot of drivers just don't like Canada on this game, so I think we're always going to see that. But yeah, Steph will be disappointed. I think he was sort of fastest man on the track today. But even without that second penalty, you can see 3.2 seconds, he would have still been beaten by Harry. So well done to Harry. Great race for him. Started P1, finished P1. Congratulations to the TTG driver.
Yeah, and if this game couldn't get any worse, Honey Badger sped into the pit lane and was giving a drive-through penalty instead of a 5-second penalty. So yeah, that's very unfortunate, and just another bug to add to the list. So there is your race classification, only provisional, because the stewards have to do that. We'll just quickly double screenshot that just in case Honey Badger forgets or it gets lost somewhere. So we'll just quickly quickly screenshot that. But Harry takes P1, Steph in P2, Sanchez Wiz in P3, Bunty 4th, Jets in P5, Glowstick P6, Ivory Mike P7, Droffus in P8, Dennis in P9, and then rounding off the top 10 is Lawson. Your outside the top 10 is Honey Badger, Damon, Javier, Seb, Renz, Chris, and Mashiro. And I managed to finish that in 20 seconds. But yeah, so yeah, as one race finishes, another one is always on the way. And next week, we go from maybe one wet race to ever present rain, and we are off to Belgium for Spa-Francorchamps. And yeah, I have a love and hate relationship with Belgium. I don't know about you.
I really like Belgium, but unfortunately, it is actually a break week next week, so you're going to have to wait 2 weeks. You're going to have to wait 2 weeks for Spa. But yeah, I think it's a great track. I think we'll see some really great racing.
Yeah.
Always the chance of rain as well. Never know. But yeah, 2 weeks. That's the first 3 rounds over for the teams. They can sort of assess where they are now and look at the next sort of tracks to see if they can recover or carry on as they are.
Yeah, of course. And just to spice up the remaining races we have in EML. So coming up after the break, as mentioned, we've got Belgium in Spa, we've got Miami in USA, we've got Japan in Suzuka, very iconic track on the calendar. We go then to the Temple of Speed in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. We head home to the home of motorsport with Silverstone in Great Britain. Then we head over to Mexico for the Mexican Grand Prix, and then we end up on the 16th of November at the Yas Marina Island for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But as I mentioned before, TML will be back tomorrow at the same time of 8 p.m. with James Head taking through the action in TML F1, and then myself with usually would be Stumpy, but he's not here as he's on holiday for F2. Then on Fridays you've got Ivan with Formula 3, and then we've got a lonely, unfortunately a solo Funky Chicken on his own this week in F4 as Neymar is on his way to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. But as always, it's been a privilege and a pleasure to work with Leslie the Twig, and enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the Italian Grand Prix that comes up the weekend. But until next time, when we go racing in EML in 2 weeks, it's good night from me, and it's good night from Leslie the Twig.